What is going on YouTube? This is your boy like one half and duo. This is a video I want to do this discussion review about one of my favorite games in this franchise. So basically we have Breath of the Wild, the game that is going to come out. As I said before, I played this game when I was in Japan 2015, enjoyed it on the Wii U. Basically I'm buying this for the Wii U. I'm not buying it for the Switch. But I have to give kudos that when I played the game, and as I talked about it when I was back then, I love the atmosphere, the art design, the openness. This right here could turn out to be one of my new favorite Zeldas. It could. I know the art story, but I don't know all the in-betweens. So I'm going to check it out. But I love the vastness. I love the atmosphere. I love the attention to details with the art style. That's one of the things that grasps me about this. See, visually stunning to me is the art style. What makes it? I don't care for realistic graphics. I'm playing a fantasy game, so make the game more incorporated to me. But the game itself, when I played it back in 2015, was exhilarating. The nighttime effects, the particle effects with the art style is amazing. The vastness of the landscape is just ridiculous. It shows that they have life in the land itself, even though, like I said before, the game was basically ready to go for the Wii U, but it didn't came out for it. It is what it is. Not until March 3rd. Now, I am gonna get the Wii U version of the game, just to let anybody know. But the whole aspect of like having the stamina meter again, in from Skyward Sword, also the durability of the weapons, also Skyward Sword. Can't be swimming too much like in Wind Waker because you could drown. The weather affects the way you are with the ice freezing to death, or if you climbing something, or the way that the fire is set, that you got to be mindful of that. Also, like in Skyward Sword, how should I say, like the enemies are vast and different. You can't really go in there guns a-blazing, one hit, whatever. Even though people hated that in Skyward Sword, I loved it. And to see it come back in this way, it is awesome. I like the timing, and I love that you could sit back and relax, just enjoy it, or you could go and look for certain things. The shrines are amazing to a degree for what I have played, and it's something that I am happy that it's being looked at. And again, they have the puzzle aspect of how to use the weapons, like Twilight Princess. So the combination of these games into this massive game could be something that become a game of the year one, but also not only that, the best Zelda ever. It could be that. The last time I played the game was 2015, but knowing the story, I'm looking forward to the fill betweens, and the story is good, and again the gameplay is amazing. I'm happy that when Nintendo makes a game, they go a different route than other people. So this game has the popularity to become a game of, how should I say, Zelda becoming the best Zelda game ever. Has a possibility. I'll wait until that day comes. Alright? Picking up on my way, you enjoying it. But for me, I'm gonna be doing something to that point. But I want to talk about right now, which is this game right here. But this right here, and I'm using footage from IGN just to thing, but this game right here is my favorite Zelda game of all time, and it could be switched to Breath of the Wild. Now, again, this is me. I mean, anybody else, everybody has a favorite Zelda. Some people love Skyward Sword, some people like Wind Waker, some people like Link to the Past, some people like Ocarina of Time, which is cool. I have no problem against that. You like what you like. So I'm just expressing why this game is one of my favorite Zelda games. And technically speaking, why I still play the Wii version of this game because of certain things. But with that said, let me even talk about some of the negatives of the games first. Just get it out of the way, because there are, remember, as I always say, there's no perfect games out there. Never has been a perfect game. That's what I always state. But I mean, so we go into the, how should I say, the opening scene. It doesn't bother me, but it bothers a lot of people, so I'll give them that the opening scene, the long tutorial, it was a little long and long in the tooth, and people didn't like it. Me, I put it as part of the story to get into the characters, so I liked it. But people don't, so that's cool with that. Then I have to say, they are the boss fights. Majority of the boss fights were very simple. Not simple, easy. Majority of the boss fight was very easy. I'll admit to that. Didn't take away from my enjoyment of the game, but there are some. The how should I say this? The way that they did some of the boss fight is what made me enjoy the game even more. So I'll go in more detail on the better side. But they had that, and I think also I would say the visuals a little bit, because they try to go for a certain style, and I wish they did an art style. But again, they try to go for that. They were trying to recuperate from, of course, Wind Waker, since people got mad and angry. Wind Waker being such a, wow, this is so cute, Nintendo, or whatever. So they went to a darker tone. Now, don't get me wrong, darker tone is really I like it, but it does get to, how should I say this? It does kind of not age very well with the game. Now, lucky for me, it was still more pushing art stylish than anything that I have, like I said, because of my 4K TV up-res. That's why I still play this game on the Wii. Now, the reason I play the game on the Wii, because I love the control. Now, if Nintendo had patched in the remote controls in the HD version, I'll be saying this is really, the HD version is the game that I would love to play. As you showed in my video, the plastic is still on that thing. I was given to it. I didn't buy it. Somebody, my friend Kenji bought it for me because I wanted the Twilight, what do you call it? The Twilight amiibo, which is Minna, and I got it. But it's cool. Had it. It's all right. But it is a way that the game. I wanted the remote back functionality, because I love the swinging of the swords. I love that I could point faster and quicker with the remote nunchuck than with the gamepad and stuff like that. Just me, my style of liking it. So another thing about the game I like is this was a long game. It wasn't simple, and again, Breath of the Wild is also gonna be a long game. So I like it that it makes you get involved in the game a lot. So I enjoy that. So with that said, I mean the puzzles was very unique and very intriguing, and that's another thing I love about this game. But you know what? Let's even go to this. I love the story of the game. The Twilight Princess story is pretty good. I like it. Having Minna being who she is, being a pain in the butt in the beginning, but then being a smart, sarcastic person, which I mostly am, and then showing piece of she breaking down her veil to like Link is pretty cool. I like the story that it's just not only Zelda, but it's about his village and how he's trying to save the people in his village. He has kids to look up to him. He's trying to bridge the gap between all these different tribes. I like that. That is pretty cool. And of course, the story, of course, when Ganondorf, I should say, basically got banished and he came back. I like that. Pretty cool. Another thing I like is Also, I love the whole. Now, the Wolf Link. It was, to me, it was a cool addition, showing game design, because game design always trumps graphics. I don't care what people say, because it's weird how these guys, oh, the power, blah blah blah. Game design always trumps graphics, and if you design a game really good, it could be 720p, it could be 1080p, shoot, it could be 480p. Like I said with Video Sky Soldier, that's 4080p. But the fastness and the kinetic of that game makes me enjoy the game. Game design. So with this, same thing with Twilight Princess. I do love the, and again, even with this swing of the sword, I am one person also who loves Skyward Sword because it didn't keep the game from being boring. Everybody gets bored, like, oh man, it's the 50 Deku Baba, I gotta wait to get the slash in and keep on moving. Nah, I like it that, you know, see, those are people who say about, oh man, this kind of sucks because I gotta do this over and over. But if you're in real life, you think you're gonna just simply slash a moblin and then it's gonna over? No, that's the realism that people don't want, but it is what it is. But this is the thing I like also about the game, using the materials. The materials was used very well, and I was happy about how they used it. Like, I love the way they use the iron boots. I love the way they use the dual claw shots. That was pretty awesome. That really, I liked it. When I found out that you could use that, that was pretty good. The horseback battle was pretty good. Love that. And one of my favorite one. I mean, Argon was a good boss fight. I love using the dual shot in that one. I love Argon's boss fight. Another boss fight I did like as well too was Stathos. That's what it's called. I mean, I'll point it out when he comes on the screen. But I would say right here, this is it. Yeah, I love that boss fight. That was one of my, to take that boss fight right there, and you thought it was simple, no problem, and then you thought, okay, I beat this thing, all right. Then the head came off, and you're grinding on the rails to fight this monster. Wow, that was, I mean, I love the fighting. That was pure genius how they did that. That right there, I like that they switched it up. So I love the switch up between the games. And the Cave of Wonders right here, like, I like that. It was a good challenge to get through as well too. I love that. I mean, of course you have to, how do you call it, when you have to go into the sand temple, where you have to sneak in. You have to do a little snake and sneak in and take people out. Also love fighting the getting your moves, the move sets. It was a enjoyable game to me, and I mean, all the stuff I'm talking right now, I really do love it, the aspects of this game. And I like how they flushed out a lot of the, because you interact in this game, you interact with a lot of unique characters, and each character was not two-dimensional. Every character had its own style, and you make you think, oh, that was pretty cool, and it helped into the game. Like you see right there, like how that happened. I love that. Now you're gonna do some of that with Breath of the Wild, so it's cool, and I wish to see how well they're gonna do some of the, like I said, I seen some, but I ain't seen all, so I hope they put a nice level of detail to the game. Now that you have the certain should I say certain characteristics in Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild is a combination of this game right here, Hyrule Warriors. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Sorry, Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. As when I was over there, I was talking to the team, and they were saying, yeah, this is basically the majority of their aspect came from those two games. Excuse me. The vastness and the many ways you could fight and do certain things in the puzzles in Twilight Princess, and the sword play, the stamina meter, this art style came from Skyward Sword. Now, for me, I enjoyed Zelda. I came to the game very late. I picked it up on I picked it up in 99 or something like that. I think 96, whatever. I know it was after a hurricane and we didn't have no power where I was at. So a friend of mine said, hey, will you ever try this game? And me and him went back then, where in my country, thank God we don't do this argument of fanboyism. We're just like, hey, you got this game, I got this game, you want to play whatever. Because many people in my friends had a PlayStation and again a Sega Saturn and stuff, and we didn't get into this dumbass argument that most people are doing now in now, as we separate ourselves more and more. But he lent me Ocarina of Time, and lo and behold, I liked it. I was like, wow, this is a cool adventure. And I asked him, win this game, whatever. And this was back I don't know about games that much. I enjoyed them, but you know, I wasn't getting into it as much as I thought I would, because you know, I play sports. I used to play outside with my friends and just have fun, so gaming wasn't super strong. I mean, I played NES and Super Nintendo and Genesis. My first console was the NES, and then my console after that was a Sega Genesis 2. So I went back and forth. That's what I say. People would think I'm a Nintendo fan. Nah, I started off with basically the first game I started off with, Tiger Electronics. When my mom used to come from America and bring back these little games, and hey, I used to like them, but Tiger Electronics, then NES. Then I went to America for the first time and played on Atari, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Pac-Man, Street Fighter, all right, whatever. And then do different things. But Zelda came to me in, like I said, 97, 98, could be around that time. I know it was after Hurricane, I can't remember. Well, no, 96, it was 97, because Hurricane Marilyn hit St. Thomas at that time. So yes, 96, 97, so we bought it. I mean, he had it, he gave it to me, played this game, enjoyed it. Asked him if there's anyone. He said, yeah, man, you ain't played Link to the Past? I'm like, Link to the Past? What's that? He said, that's the one on Super Nintendo. Went back and played Link to the Past. Come to find out, there are other games, of course. And I was like, all right. And I, over the years, from since 1998 all the way up to about 2002, I went back and played the Zelda games. And I have to say, Ocarina of Time was my favorite. Then Majora's Mask, then Link to the Past. Then when I saw the Space World thing, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And when unlike other people, when I saw the Wind Waker that they changed the art style, I was like, this is intriguing. This is intriguing. I'm liking this. While other people was making, thank God, and it wasn't so big around them. But other people were like, oh, well, this is crazy. Why Nintendo? Blah blah blah. I was like, this is looking pretty cool. And I bought Wind Waker, and I enjoyed it. And then came this game, and everybody was cheering and having fun. Yay! This is what we need, because the epic E3, when people was going crazy in E3 for this game. Now I wasn't going crazy for this game. I was just thinking, oh. But then after I played the game on it was my first game I played on my Wii when I bought it, when I pre-ordered. That's the only console I ever pre-ordered day one and picked up and played this game. I was like, man, this is an awesome game, and I had fun playing this game. So Twilight Princess has the memory, and the story is so good to me. Like right now, like I am going back through Twilight Princess other than playing on the Wii. Also, what do you call it? I forgot the name of it. Zelda Universe TV is doing a dub version of this where they put voice characters to it. So check out Zelda Universe TV and their dub version of Twilight Princess. They also have one with Skyward Sword, Hyrule Warriors, and Wind Waker, which is pretty good. But I'm enjoying the dubs, and I like the way they put it. Some of the voices don't match up, some do, and I like the fact. I mean, like again, the guy who does Rizro for Hyrule Warriors, oh my goodness, that's a good voice. So far, none of the voices stand out crazy in the dub for Twilight Princess. I love the main character, really do a good job. But anyway, I just wanted to share and talk about one of my favorite Zeldas of all time. And again, this might change to be Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild could be turned into my favorite Zelda of all time. That's need to be seen. But I'm gonna be picking up this game, like I said, for the Wii U, as I pre-ordered for. I'm not. People are like, "Oh man, you need to get a Switch with better visuals and and the rate." Well, I'll check to see if the rate drops down a lot. Visuals, don't care. It's art style. It looks amazing, so I don't care about the attention to detail these guys put into the art style is good enough for me. And I'm playing it on a 4K TV that could up-res, so it doesn't bother me. So I don't have to worry about that. This will be one of the I don't think so. I want to think this will be one of the newest title. Breath of the Wild will be one of the newest title I would buy for my Wii U. Because unlike other people, I have a backlog on a Wii U. I have more than 50, 55, maybe 60 games. I'm going to do a video about that. But I have games to play on my Wii U. I'm going to be playing it for years. That's why I'm still trying to get a second Wii U. Because I want to make sure this was the Wii U was the last true gaming console. So, with that said, thank y'all for listening to what I have to say. Ramble on, like I said. Maybe in the comment section you could talk about what was your favorite Zelda game. Because again, this is mine, and everybody has their own. Some like Wind Waker. I know Dragon Ghost love Wind Waker. I know some people like Skyward Sword. That's the thing. We should embrace everybody liking different games. But if it wasn't for the franchise being different and varied, it would have never last over 30 years. So I thank everybody out there for playing and picking up Zelda games, and not really being, like I said, I played almost every Zelda game in the handhelds and everything, and I've enjoyed every one of them. So with that said, again, in the comment section, just drop down what's your favorite Zelda game of all time, and you know what, maybe we might do a podcast about Zelda sometime in the future. With that said, again, there's no perfect games out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy the game on any console, even PC. And you know what? Do that. Enjoy it on Nintendo Switch or the Wii U. Pick up the game. Have fun for those who want to buy it. Wish you guys out there the best as they can. And good night.